really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting.
We will never leave Mr. Hurt advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
So I believe that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna propose all this, mom, dad, I'm gonna look you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my words, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt with another powerful Saturday podcast. And today I'm going to talk about part two of 7 things school leaders must do at the beginning of the school year. 7 things school leaders must do. Last week, we went over the first 3 things, and we're going to finish it up in the comments. The feedback was excellent. You say, Hurt, why should we talk about it? Is because we don't want to wait till the school starts to get things organized. We want to do it now. This month is the time to get organized, to get the things together. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and we're going to have a very good podcast. I am recording this, so I won't be live. So I would like to just thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be in Vegas, so when this airs, I'll be in Vegas with my son. He has a basketball tournament, so I'll be in Vegas, and I heard that's going to be 110 degrees and higher. So I will enjoy some sun, some water, see my son play basketball, and just enjoy myself. But this is something that we have to talk about. So let me just kind of pause for a second. I want to get these captions off. Yep. All right, cool. And then once again, when you come in, just let me know where you're coming from. Hit that feedback. Give me some love. Give me some emojis. Once again, you still got time. I know it's Saturday. I know it's nice, and we're kind of winding down, but this is where we need to be at. We have to understand that in order to have a good school year, in order to move the academic needle, we can't wait till August and September to get things together. We must get things together now. Do you guys agree with it? Put it in the chat. Let me know if you agree with that. Put it in the chat. Let me know if you agree with that. As I'm saying, we must get things done now. So I always ask this question. The question I always ask is, what is keeping you up at night as an educator? What is that one thing that is keeping you up at night as an educator? What is that one thing on July the 11th that's keeping you up at night as an educator? Put it in the chat. I'm going to start with mine. The one thing that's keeping me up at night as an educator is, are we getting ready for the beginning of the school year? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's what I'm talking about. School leaders must do at the beginning of the school year. What are we doing to get ready now? The second part is that what's going on with the state scores? The last 2 weeks they've been coming in. I've been seeing people put the report card grades on social media and things of that nature. Your state scores is coming in the next couple weeks, but what are you going to do with it? Are you going to just look at it and just throw it away? Or are you going to sit down and really put a strategic plan in place to improve for the following year. And you say, yes, Hurt, I'm gonna do it, but you gotta do it now. So what's keeping you up at night as an educator? Put it in the chat, talk to me, everybody. Put it in the chat, talk to me. Put it in the chat and talk to me. Last thing before I get started is that what will I be doing for the next couple of weeks in education? Well, I will be next week. Next week, I got a lot of things happening. I'm gonna be doing a all-day PD with Dr. Pamela Williams, superintendent Pontiac Pontiac schools. Where I'm be in Pontiac, Michigan, doing an all-day PD with a focus on NWA. She got her score. She said, "Hurt, I want my teachers to get this NWA training so they can know it." And I'm bringing you in because I know that you will tear it up. You will look at the data. You will show us how we're going to be able to use the data to bridge the gap with classroom instruction, to be able to set goals, to be able to look at our state scores, the whole 9 yards. So I'll be doing that. I'll be in Pontiac, Michigan doing that. And then also I'll be doing board training in Detroit on Monday. So busy week for me next week, busy week for me next week. I'm just loving the work that I'm doing. I am loving the work that I am doing. So let's go ahead and get started. Once again, you still got time. Come on in, hit that share button. Give me some emojis. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So go ahead on any of those platforms. And if you have not subscribed to my website, go on my YouTube and subscribe. So we're going to get started. Is that there's many things that we need to talk about, but there are 7 things school leaders must do at the beginning of the year. These are non-negotiable. I talked about 3 of them last week. Look at the podcast last week. So I'm about to go from 4 through 7. You say, Hurt, why this is important is because, and I always talk about this, proper preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 P's for success. Write it down. Proper. That means the right. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if I prepare ahead of time, if I know that these things that I'm about to do in the summertime will lead to academic success, will lead to my teachers having better classroom management, will lead to be able to have my curriculum guide ready to go, will lead to be able to have all of my procedures in place and systems and things of that nature. So for the next 10 months, I'm cutting down on a lot of things that can lead to a failing school because I have addressed it. I put it in place already. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead. I'm going to talk about the next one is the next one I'm going to leave off on. It says prepare student support structures. Write it down. Prepare students support structures. Ensure your MTSS, your counseling, your IEPs, your 504 supports, your SEL systems are ready from day 1. Not day 5 or 6, but ready for day 1. Prepare student support structure. So what does that mean, Hurt? That means now. How is your MTSS? How does that looking? How is your counseling? Well, Hurt, we got to hire some counselors. Hire those counselors, get them in so they can be ready to go. Your IEP 504 supports. When are you going to have your meetings? You should be looking at your IEPs, the kids coming in into your school with IEPs, the kids that's already here, planning, making sure that you have the schedules, helping the teachers to understand what accommodations, oh, I'm talking good now, what accommodations do the students need in the classroom? Why am I going to wait till August to say, my connection was good? Just give me a second. I'm sorry about that. Hold on for 1 second. You say, Hurt, oh, hold on, give me 1 second. we discussed and talked about. These are the things about. We put these things in place last week. I was working with them last week. We sat down, talked about it, put some dates down, looked at it, looked at the systems. They went back and forth, had discussions, and we left out of there with 5 or 6 things in place that's going to lead to a successful school and a successful district. Same thing with you guys. These things, a lot of times, the reason why we're not successful regarding our student support structures is because we wait till school starts to try to get all that stuff wrapped up, and then consequently, we're not meeting the IEP goals. We're not giving them the proper hours. The teachers don't know the accommodations for the kids in the classroom, so they're missing accommodations, so forth and so on. So if we know that's important, if we know 15, 16% of our kids have IEPs inside of our school, why wouldn't we prepare now to make sure we have everything in place? And for example, say Hurt, it's impossible to have everything in place. Well, I would rather have 80 to 90% of the parts in place than have nothing. I'm going to say that again. I would rather have 80 to 90% of the things in place instead of having nothing. Hit that share button. Let me know, how does that sound? Prepare student support structures. How is that for you now? Do you have those things in place? Next one, strengthen family and community engagement. I'm going to say this. Strengthen family and community engagement. Families should feel welcome, informed, and connected before the first day of school. What is your family communication plan? What are your back to school events? Families should feel welcome, informed, and connected before the first day of school. If you're having a back to school event in, say, August the 15th, let's use that date, and it's July the 11th, well, you need to be getting that information out 3 weeks before the event, because you want families to participate, you want families to come. So are you going on Parent Square? Are you on social media talking about it? Do you have it on your digital platform outside of your school? Are you making phone calls, flyers? What are you doing to engage, strengthen family and community engagement at your school? And don't just say, hey, we did it once and we didn't know. It has to be a focus, a priority as an educator. And then what you have to do is that you want to make sure that you have it on your calendar throughout the year. These are going to be my family nights. These are going to be my reading nights. You're putting it out now. So now you can let the parents know in advance exactly what that looks like. And then on top of that, you're going to let the parents know how they can find communication from the school. Is it via your website? Is it via Parent Square? Is it via Classroom Dojo? Is it via social media? Is it via a phone call from the teacher or the secretary or your PTO team? Is it via a flyer? How are you going to let the parents know where communication is coming from, so as a parent, I can look out for it? In addition to that, what dates do I have? And you don't have to do the whole year, just do from August to December, 5 months. Okay, I see parent-teacher conferences on this date. We're having our back-to-school rally on this date. We're having our whatever on this date. Those things need to be planned out now, because what I used to do as a principal, I would say, know what? We can't have our back-to-school parent event because we're testing this week. So I didn't want my teachers staying over after school or late because our focus was testing or whatever it may be. Does that make sense? So you plan for it now. You plan for it now. Hit that share button. Let me know if this is sounding good. Come on now. I know this is what are the things that we need to do in order to have a successful beginning of the school year. We don't want to, it's going to come, but will it be a successful beginning of the school year? See, I've been doing this since 1999. What is that, 27 years? So I know what it looks like. I know what you got to do now. I know if you start all this stuff in August, which is in 3-4 more weeks, your year is not going to be successful. Well, Hurt, I'm on vacation, man. I ain't trying to look. I'm a school principal, man. I ain't trying to look at nothing into the end of the month or sometime in August. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's why your scores look like the way it looks like. That's why your parents are complaining about the leadership. That's why your teachers don't want to come to work with you. And that's why the students is this chaotic in your school, because you chilling where you need to be preparing. Oh, I'm going to say that again. You're going to wait till August, the middle of August, and you need to be preparing today. So now, instead of you taking a month, 4 weeks to get things in place, call your leadership team, you're going to wait till August and September, and then for the next 10 months, it's going to be chaotic in your school. For the next 189 days, it's going to be chaotic in your school. For the next, every day, it's going to be kids in the office, parents complaining. You're going to be trying to do this work with 4 or 5 kids in the office. They're going to be down in the bathroom vaping. Teachers are going to be quitting, and you're going to ask the question, what did I get myself into? And the only thing I'm going to say is that you should have listened when I said to prepare now. Next thing. Ooh, I'm on a roll. I told you, I'm ready. I'm on a roll. Next thing, establish leadership routines. Write it down. Establish leadership routines. Daily visibility, weekly data reviews, monthly culture checks, and consistent staff communication sets the tone for the entire year. I'm going to say that again. Establish leadership routines. Daily visibility. Let's start with that. As a principal, as a school instructional leader, 65% or more of your time should be looking at instruction, engage with the students per day. If you look at schools that have high academic achievement, the principal, the person in charge, is an instructional leader. How do I become an instructional leader? You have to be in the classroom looking at instruction. I'm not saying evaluating. I'm not saying it's time for that. It's a time for your pre and post evaluations, stuff like that. But you must be in the classroom looking at instruction, engage with the kids. That bell ring, you should be coming out of Miss Smith's class in the hallway, making sure kids is fine in the hallway. My 2 APs might be on the other hallway, and the other hallway around the corner, making sure that's fine. So kids are in the hallways. There's no problems and things of that nature. That bell rings, bring, bring. That bell's ringing. They back in class. Now I'm going down to Mrs. Brown's room and I'm spending 5 or 6 minutes. I'm not evaluating, but I'm just going in there looking at instruction. I'm looking around. I'm just sitting in there relaxing. I might have my laptop, but I'm making sure that instruction is taking place in the classroom. Daily visibility. So no teacher in your building will not say that my instructional leader is not in the classroom. How does that relate to better communication? So now when I'm meeting with my staff, when I'm meeting with you one-on-one, when we're talking, having those dialogues, I can say, you know what? I saw that there's a need for us to spend money on more manipulatives for math because those kids are struggling. I see that we need some better technology, or we need to enhance AI. I saw it. I see that Barbara Smith is having problems writing introduction paragraphs or whatever it may be. Let me help. Let me figure this out. I'm the instructional leader. But if you're not in the classroom, if you're in your office playing tiddlywinks, I'm going to say that again. If in your office playing tiddlywinks on the phone, doing emails, parents coming in and out, you on your virtual meetings. I know that because that's what they have me doing. You're not no instructional leader. Only thing you're doing is you're just managing the school. Hurt. That's deep. Yes, it's deep. If you're in your office playing tiddlywinks, what is tiddlywinks? You know, you're just in your office, just doing this, just whatever. You're on Zoom meetings after Zoom meetings, virtual meetings. You answer 55 emails. You got on the phone for 5 or 6 hours. You shuffling paper around. You're just managing the school. You don't know what's going on. But if you're spending 65% of your time in the classroom, you'll be fine. Well, how do I do that? That's when it starts now. You put these systems in place so you don't have to deal with all of the behaviors and in this and in that and whatever it may be. Because if you don't spend 65% of your time in your classroom, your school going to be chaotic for the next 10 months. Next one, weekly data reviews. Put that in place now. When are you going to look at the data? And not just look at any data, but the right data. Are you doing weekly or bi-weekly assessments? After those assessments, are you getting the data as the instructional leader, looking at it, and then having a conversation with your staff regarding what the data is saying? Now, I'm going to be very frank with you, is that all of your data meetings, all of your data protocols, the paper, the systems you're using when you're testing, it should be in line 6th through 8th grade, 9th through 12th grade, pre-K through 5th grade. You can't have 5 teachers doing this on Thursday and then 5 other teachers testing on Friday and whatever it may be. Or you got 5 people in your math department, 2 teachers are on pace and the other 3 teachers are lagging behind. That's not their fault, that's your fault. Weekly data reviews. If you need to know how that looks like, inbox me. You know that's the work I do. Monthly cultural checks. That means assemblies once a month, seeing what's taking place. I did it for me. I wanted to make sure my young boys was on task. So on every Friday, and all my teachers could tell this, I would have all of the young boys come to the gym or go to the library. It would be from 2:30 to 3 o'clock. We got out at 3:15, 2:30 to 3 o'clock. No, they wasn't missing instruction, but I wanted to make sure that they heard from me, the young boys. That wasn't a monthly, that was a weekly cultural check. Hey, fellas, we can't be doing this down in the 3rd. Hey, fellas, we need to be a family. Have a good weekend. I don't want no nonsense on the bus. Make sure y'all not acting a fool in those bathrooms. No vaping, no smoking weed. We don't want none of that. I don't want nobody fighting. If you get upset, tell the teacher, see me in the hallway, report it. That's what I want. I'm going to get mad, and I will tell my young boys, I'm going to get mad if something happens to any of y'all 250 young men. I'm going to be mad. I don't want to suspend nobody. I don't want to have to deal with y'all parents. I don't want none of that. I need you to be able to be young, respectful middle school and high school students and do what's right. But I didn't just say that once a month or once every other month. It was every week, every Friday from 2:30 to 3 o'clock. Consistent staff communication sets the tone for the entire year. That's the other part. Everybody understood the vision and mission of me as a leader. Everybody understood what I stood for. I was not one way on Monday and changed on Tuesday. I was consistent on what I did. I was consistent with my dress code as a principal. As a principal, I wore a shirt and tie every day. That was just my thing. I was consistent the time I came, the time I left. I was consistent on the time my staff meetings. I was consistent on my agenda. I was consistent on how I treated everybody. Everybody knew that I treated them fairly. Now, fair for you might not be fair for somebody else, but I treated everybody fairly. If the staff meeting started at 3 o'clock and one of my superstar teachers wasn't there, I still started at 3. I didn't say, well, let's wait till such and such come, and now we start at 3:05. No, I was consistent with everybody. My lesson plan was supposed to be turned at this time. I checked them. Everything was consistent. So my 35 teachers knew what was expected. It was very clear what was expected from them. And I didn't wait till the kids came. I communicated that in the summertime. Well, they on break, okay, fine. An email, they might not even look at it, but I'm constantly communicating my expectations. When it came back, I communicated it all of the time, verbally, through pictures and signs in the hallway, from my actions. My parents understood it. My superintendent understood it. Everybody understood that our school was going to be a school of excellence, and we wanted to have the best school in Michigan, bar none. That's how it was. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. I'm right at my time, so I would like to thank everybody for coming out. If you would like for me to come and support your school, if you say, "Hurt, I need a little bit more information on this," inbox me. You know what I'll do. I inbox you. We'll set up a meeting. We'll talk about it, things of that nature. If you need me to come and work with your school on any of these things, please let me know, and we go ahead and make it work. So make sure you guys tune in to my good friends, Create and Educate at 10:30. I know they're going to have an excellent topic, and I would like to thank everybody for supporting me. Thank you very much. And if no one else told you this, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for all of your support. Let's have a blessed week and an awesome weekend. Thank you. May God bless you.